After a year of receiving the keys to New York, honoring him as an outstanding individual, and thanking him for his contributions to the community, today marks nearly 3 weeks since Sean Diddy Combs was arrested in New York on criminal charges of conspiracy, sex trafficking, child abuse, fraud, and threats. We have all seen a lot of information flooding social media, but today I'd like to explain the case and go through the chronology of events, as it seems this situation is far more serious than we initially thought. News portals in the United States have reported that Diddy may face at least 120 complaints, including 25 filed by minors. How did someone become so dangerous and abusive? To understand the gravity of the situation, we need to look at the full context and chronology of events that led Diddy to this point. But first, what do we know about Diddy? Sean John Combs was born on November 4th, 1969, in Harlem, New York. He is the son of Janice Combs and Melvin Earl, and he has a sister named Keisha Combs. He grew up in a low-income family in a Catholic household. His father was a gangster involved in a criminal organization led by Frank Lucas, a notorious drug dealer whose life has been the subject of movies and documentaries. When Diddy was just 3 years old, his father was killed. Although his mother initially told him he died in a car accident, she later confessed that he had been shot in the head, directly related to his criminal activities. After Melvin's death, Janice moved to Mount Vernon, New York with Diddy, his sister, and their grandmother, hoping to give them a better life. She worked up to 4 jobs to keep her children in private schools. One of her jobs was as a teacher's assistant, and it's rumored that she worked as an escort at night. Some sources claim that Janice made Diddy watch her sexual encounters with clients when he was still a child. Diddy has commented that his mother, far from being loving, tried to prepare him for a hard life, for real life. He once shared a story about how his grandmother sent him to buy cigarettes, and on the way, a group of boys attacked him and stole his money. When he returned home crying, his mother told him to go back, fight for his money, and not return home without it. He did go back, fought the boys, and said that his mother always taught him to hit back harder if someone hurt him. Despite not knowing his father well, Diddy has shown admiration for him, seeing him as someone aspirational. He mentions that his father always said he didn't want to be poor, a goal Diddy seems to have adopted. Diddy attended a Catholic elementary school for boys and later studied at Mount St. Michael Academy, a Catholic high school. He has said that he began consuming adult content at the age of 11 or 12 and even lost his virginity at the age of 12. From a young age, Diddy was known for his explosive temper, earning him the nickname Puffy, derived from puffing or breathing heavily when angry. Diddy dreamed of escaping poverty, and to achieve that, he worked many jobs. He enrolled at Howard University to study humanities and played American football. His dream was to become a professional player, but a leg injury during his last season prevented him from pursuing that goal. At that time, he had a girlfriend who was very important to him, and when she broke up with him, he said it made him shut off his emotions and become a womanizer. This reflects his difficulty in dealing with rejection. During this period, Diddy started a taxi business to transport people to the airport and began organizing parties at Howard. These parties became very popular, attracting hundreds of people and generating significant profits. In 1991, Diddy wanted to take his parties to the next level, so he hired rapper Heavy D for a concert at the City College of New York gym. Unfortunately, the event was overcrowded, leading to a stampede that killed 9 people. To complete his university degree, Diddy needed an internship, and he set his sights on the music industry. He managed to secure an internship at MCA Records, working under music executive Andre Harrell, who later became his mentor. Diddy eventually rose to become a talent director at Uptown Records, where he worked with artists like Mary J. Blige and Jodeci. Diddy also attempted a rap career, releasing some songs that weren't successful. However, within 3 years, he became vice president of Uptown Records, and during that time, he discovered the now legendary rapper Notorious Big. At 24, Diddy became a father for the first time with his then-girlfriend, designer Misa Hilton, giving birth to their son, Justin Dior. He faced issues with Uptown Records over the release of Notorious Big's debut album, Ready to Die. So in 1994, Diddy founded his own production company, Bad Boy Records, to release it. The album debuted at number 15 on the Billboard Top 100 and is now considered one of the greatest rap albums of all time. During this period, Diddy started a relationship with model and entrepreneur Kim Porter. Their relationship was unstable and lasted from 1994 to 2007. Diddy adopted Kim's son Quincy from a previous relationship. Bad Boy Records saw tremendous success working with stars like Mariah Carey, Method Man, and Lil' Kim. Diddy also began rapping with Notorious Big. His company made $100 million in profits in the same year. As success grew, so did rivalries. Diddy's feud with Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight's Death Row Records became infamous, with both sides attacking each other publicly. Tupac was killed in 1996, and 6 months later, Notorious Big was also murdered. Some theories suggest Diddy was behind Tupac's death, while others claim he had his friend Notorious Big killed for financial gain, as Diddy continued to release posthumous albums of his music. In 1997, Diddy released his debut album No Way Out, which included the tribute song I'll Be Missing You for Notorious Big. The album was a massive success, going platinum and winning Grammy Awards. In 1998, Diddy had his second child, Christian, with Kim Porter. In 1999, he released his next album, Forever, and launched his clothing line, Sean John. He also started other ventures, including De Leon Tequila, Aqua Hydrate and Alkaline Water Company, a cannabis business, Rival TV, and an e-commerce platform called Empower Global. By the time of his arrest, Diddy's fortune was estimated at $1 billion. Diddy's notorious parties, which had been a fixture since his student days, became even more exclusive and intense, attended by powerful and famous people. He organized freak-off parties, where drugs and alcohol were rampant, and it's alleged that Diddy hired workers and sex workers, many of whom were drugged and forced into sexual acts that were filmed and used for blackmail. In one of the lawsuits filed in July, Adria English, a woman hired by Diddy, described being drugged and forced to have sex with guests while unconscious. She recounted being filmed and wearing a black dress, a signal that she was available for sex. In 2000, after a breakup with Kim Porter, Diddy began dating Jennifer Lopez. Their relationship was marked by controversy, particularly after a nightclub shooting incident in New York. Diddy allegedly started an altercation that led to gunfire, injuring 3 people. It's said that Diddy later paid rapper Jamal Barrow to take the blame, resulting in Barrow's 6-year prison sentence and Diddy's and Lopez's release. Diddy and Lopez ended their relationship in 2001. It's important to note that Diddy frequently changed his name throughout his career. He began calling himself Puff Daddy in 1997. The following year, he reverted to using his real name, Sean John, and in 1999, he changed it to Puffy. In 2001, he adopted the name P. Diddy. Later, in 2005, he simplified it to just Diddy. Finally, in 2007, he announced he would change his name to Love or Brother Love, claiming this name better represented his emotional state. While Diddy was in a relationship with Kim Porter, he simultaneously began a relationship with businesswoman Sarah Chapman. Both Kim and Sarah were pregnant by Diddy at the same time, and they gave birth almost simultaneously in 2006. Kim had twins, Delilah Starr and Jesse James Combs, while Sarah gave birth to her daughter, Chance Combs. Both relationships ended, and just 1 year after the birth of his 3 daughters, Diddy began another relationship, this time with singer Cassie Ventura, whose music he was producing. This marked the beginning of Diddy's downfall. First, in 2015, Diddy was arrested at the University of California after an altercation with a football coach. He was charged with assault with a deadly weapon, although, once again, all charges were mysteriously dropped. Then, on November 15, 2018, the sudden death of Kim Porter was reported, initially attributed to severe pneumonia. Recently, it was revealed that Kim Porter kept a personal diary in which she chronicled everything she experienced during her 13-year relationship with Diddy. Editor Chris Todd recently published a book titled Kim's Lost Words, based on the diary's contents. The book exposes the abuses Diddy inflicted on Kim, including recordings Diddy made of their intimate moments. It also details the sexual activities Diddy conducted in his home, in which Kim was forced to participate. Todd claims that Kim discovered and made copies of videos showing Diddy engaging in sexual acts with young boys he managed, including an alleged video involving a famous pop star. It is speculated that this pop star is Justin Bieber. Chris Todd also claims that Kim shared parts of her diary with several trusted individuals via a USB drive, which he accessed to write the book. While Kim's children have publicly denied these allegations, one might reasonably suspect that they too could have been threatened to protect their father's image. The release of this book coincided with Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, finally filing a public lawsuit. This lawsuit brought to light the abuses and crimes Diddy had committed for years and encouraged other victims to come forward. In her complaint, Cassie confirmed the notorious parties Diddy hosted, both at his home and in luxury hotels. According to Cassie, Diddy forced her to douse herself in oil while instructing her on how to interact with the workers present. He supervised, filmed, and pleasured himself during these events. Cassie also recounted the physical abuse she suffered at Diddy's hands. Her claims were later supported when a hotel worker released security footage showing Diddy violently assaulting Cassie. In her complaint, Cassie revealed that at times, Diddy hurt her so badly that she had to be hidden in luxury hotel rooms until her injuries healed. This is when the names of other famous and powerful individuals in the industry who participated in Diddy's parties began to surface. Names we have all seen circulating on social media. The list of names includes Ashton Kutcher, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Naomi Campbell, Leonardo DiCaprio, Pharrell Williams, Mariah Carey, Drake, Jennifer Lopez, Chris Brown, Megan Fox, among others. Some theories even suggest that Diddy, along with other music industry executives, could have been involved in sacrifices and rituals, as mentioned in Kim Porter's writings. There is an interview in which Megan Fox, while in a relationship with Machine Gun Kelly, spoke about these matters. It is worth noting that both Fox and other celebrities like Usher and Pink had friendships with Diddy and used to attend his gatherings. Many celebrities have been deleting large amounts of their social media content since Diddy's case went viral. However, we should remember that these are merely speculations for which there is currently no concrete evidence. All of this culminated in Diddy's arrest on September 16. As we know, this led to authorities searching his properties, where they found large amounts of narcotics, computers, cell phones, firearms, thousands of bottles of baby oil and lubricant, and several tapes of recordings. At this point, numerous complaints began to surface across the United States and even internationally. Following his arrest, Diddy was officially charged with sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery, arson, and obstruction of justice. The arson charge stems from an anonymous tip accusing Diddy of setting a car on fire in December 2011, corroborating one of Cassie Ventura's accusations, in which she claimed Diddy blew up rapper Kid Cudi's car out of jealousy. The complaints demonstrate a pattern Diddy followed, especially with women, although some men have also filed complaints. These abuses include verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual mistreatment. One notable aspect is that the victims who have come forward do not know each other and hail from different states and even different countries. A recurring theme in these complaints is that Diddy would confine his victims for days until they healed from the injuries he inflicted. Official documents reveal that Diddy intimidated and threatened his victims, forcing them to engage in sexual acts with sex workers at parties, often while under the influence of narcotics, and recorded these encounters for his own pleasure. In some instances, victims were not even aware they were being filmed, as they were completely unconscious. One complaint alleges that in 2003, Diddy transported a Jane Doe across the United States to his personal studio where he drugged and abused her at the age of 17. Another complaint, filed by Lisa Garner, recounts a similar story from the 1990s. She claims that she and a friend met Diddy at a party where he spiked their drinks with narcotics before assaulting both women. She also mentioned that another man participated in the assault. Days later, Diddy allegedly went to Garner's house to threaten and physically assault her, causing her to lose consciousness to ensure she remained silent about the incident. A third complaint, filed by Joy Dickerson, details a similar account of abuse and unauthorized filming in 1992. In her case, Diddy allegedly distributed the video to several people in his circle. Rodney Jones, a musician and former producer for Diddy, also filed a complaint stating that while working with Diddy in 2022 on the release of the Love album, Diddy engaged in inappropriate physical contact and forced him to ingest drugs and participate in sexual activities. Rodney was also tasked with recording conversations where Diddy and others discussed drug trafficking and the cover-up of shootings, including the nightclub shooting involving Jennifer Lopez. Another incident involved a 2022 shooting outside Diddy's offices, where Diddy's son, Justin, allegedly shot someone after an argument. Diddy then instructed witnesses to tell the police that an unknown assailant had fired the shots, ensuring his son would avoid punishment. Another of Diddy's sons, Christian Combs, was also accused. Grace, a young woman, claimed that Christian assaulted her on Diddy's yacht in December 2022, an event orchestrated and facilitated by Diddy himself. The model Crystal McKinney also came forward with allegations of abuse, recounting similar incidents involving narcotics, assault, and recordings. Dawn Richard, an artist produced by Diddy, also accused him of abuse, stating that Diddy excused the attack by saying he needed to de-stress. These lawsuits have been joined by an additional 25 filed by minors. One minor reported that he was just 9 years old when Diddy abused him in his studio, while another, 15 years old, reported a similar experience. This information is available on social media and on U.S. federal record websites. It has been revealed that Diddy and his accomplices used drugs, including horse tranquilizers, to control their victims. These are just some of the civil lawsuits, as there are over 120, and authorities believe the number could rise. As of today, Diddy is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. Despite requesting bail 3 times, he has been denied each time. This surprised many, as Diddy's defense attorney claims that, while Diddy is not a perfect person, he is not a criminal. The attorney maintains that Diddy is a warrior, calm and innocent, and that none of the federal charges change the positive image the public has of him. Both the attorney and Diddy assert his innocence and goodness. Over the years, many artists have tried to warn the public of this situation through songs, interviews, videos, and cryptic messages. Eminem, Resident, Mel Gibson, 50 Cent, and others have all hinted at Diddy's misconduct. In 2022, Diddy became a father for the 7th time with the birth of his daughter, Love Shang Combs, though details about the mother remain undisclosed. We all wonder how Diddy was able to evade justice for so long simply because of his wealth and influence. How many more people has he abused, destroyed, and violated? How many lives were lost because of him? How many powerful businessmen and celebrities knew about, concealed, or even participated in Diddy's atrocities? Attorney Tony Busby has stated, "The day will come when we will reveal more names besides Diddy's." If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to help us create more content.